Okay, guys, 7.6, fraction multiplication. All right, we're just going to really, how do you multiply fractions? This is what we're really good at now. We're just going to show your work and how well you know how to multiply a fraction by a fraction. So Sasha has 3/5 of a scarf left to knit. If she finishes a half of that today, how much of the scarf will Sasha knit today? So we have 1/2 of 3/5, or 1/2 times 3/5. So you are going to shade 3/5 of it yellow. Then you're going to draw a horizontal line for 2 because you're going to do 1/2, and we're only going to go 1/2 of that. So how much of this is double shaded? 1, 2, 3. 3 out of how many do we have all together? Well, we have 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal parts. So one way we could have shown that was just how we did it, or we could have just done 3/5 and multiplied straight across, and we got 3/10. I know 3 is a prime number, so I just asked myself, can it go into 10? No, it can't. So my answer is 3/10 of the scarf she will knit. And I think we're getting really good at multiplying fractions. So let's see what other things they're going to show us how to do. I found this way interesting. So here it said, find 4 of 5 and write it in its simplest form. Okay, so 4 times 5 12s. Okay, so sometimes people like to change this into a fraction because we're getting used to that. So what are we going to do? We're going to change our whole number into a fraction. In order to change a whole number into a fraction, is all you have to do is put a 1 underneath, because there are 4 whole parts of 1 whole. So even if it was 8 whole, I would just put it over 1. If it was 10 whole, I would put it over 1. Any whole one, I just put over 1. Now I can just multiply 4 over 1 times 5 12s, and I get 20th 12s. So I have 20 12s here, and what can I divide them both by to simplify it? Well, I would have changed this to a mixed number right away, but they don't, and there's a reason they don't. Let's do it the way they want to do it first, and then I'll show you my way. I know that 4 is a factor of both of these. So I'm going to divide them both by 4. And I get 5 thirds. Now I've got still an improper fraction that I have to change to a mixed number. How many 3's can go into 5? 1. And what do I have left over? Minus 3. I got 2 thirds left over. So I said I would have done 20 12s, and I would have changed it to a mixed number right then and there. I would have asked myself, how many times can 12 go into 20? 1 and minus 12, and I get 8 12s. The problem is, the difference is now I have to simplify yet. So 1, and then what can go into both of these? Well, I know 4 is a factor of both of these, so I'm going to divide them both by 4, and I get 2 thirds. So I still get it. It depends on how you want to do it. I like changing them to mixed numbers right away and then simplifying. If you want to simplify it down until you can't simplify it down anymore and then change it to a mixed number, either way is just fine. All right, so here they say, let's evaluate C times 4/5 for C. That means C equals 2 over 2. So what's another way to write the value of C? 2 over 2. What happens when you multiply? And a 2 over 2, well, we know that's equivalent to 1 whole, right? So what happens when we multiply a number by a whole? It's the same number. That's that identity property. But let's change the game and let's go through it, the actions, and see. So 2 over 2. So if I do 2 over 2 times 4/5, then I get 8 tenths. 8 tenths, and if I simplify that by 2, I get 4/5. Happens every time. Because any number, 3 over 3 equals 1 whole. Identity property, whether you're doing a multiplication or division or adding fractions, whole numbers, it's the identity property. It's its own number. All right. So let's keep going. And let's solve. All right, guys, I'd like you to show your stuff on how well you can multiply and simplify. Please do the even numbers on here with your partner, and I want you to do them with your partner and make sure that you get the simplest fractions. I would like you to do all of them on the even ones. I would like you to go deeper here because I know we got it. All right, let's go, and we'll skip this and come back to it. Some of you aren't coming back, but if you have time, please do so. On here, I would like you to do all the evens. On here are 2, 4, and 6. Then let's look at these, and I want you to do all of these because I think sometimes you get tricked by what it's asking you, but it's algebra, guys, and they're telling you here. 7/8 times C, and they're telling you what C is. It's 8 whole, so it's 8 over 1. So just multiply that, please. And what do you get for an answer? Same thing here. It's telling you T is 8/9 times 3/4. Get an answer. So they're telling you what it equals. They just want you to get used to seeing a number, a letter into that place. Then do 12, please. You do not have to do 14. And same old game, 1 or 2, and all of the rest. And rock this multiplying fractions.